Welcome back to the greeting card project, where I'm sending more cards to friends and loved ones this year to see how it makes me feel, see if it strengthens my relationships. This week I'm in Brighton Marina visiting a gallery shop called the Laughing Dog Gallery and buying cards for Thinking of You Week. Let's go take a look. This first card is by U Studio, who I'm a big fan of. I've featured them before on the project. This really made me chuckle with its take on veganism. I'm sending it to my Swedish friend Renata. She lives in Zurich and she's an acupuncturist. So if you're ever in need of treatment over there, check her out. I'll leave a link in the description below. She's a vegan and I thought she'd really appreciate this card. So this next card is by Brighton artist Serena Sussex, and she's self-published her work here. It's a scene of Brighton with the Brighton i360 in it. I'm going to send it to my mate Matteo. He lives in Italy, and I just recently met him. Really enjoyed his company, and I wanted to stay connected, so I thought sending a card would be a nice thing to do. This next card's by U Studio and it says, "Follow your dreams except the ones where you fly. That never ends well." It really made me chuckle. I'm going to send it to my Kiwi friend Giselle. She lives in Thailand where she teaches yoga. Do check her out. I'll leave a link to her in the description below. If you're in Thailand, need to do some yoga, drop her a line. And she loves cards, so I thought she'd really appreciate this one. This next card is by my friend Hannah over at Wrendale Designs. I really love her work and she's got an amazing business which she runs with her husband. I'm going to send it to my friend Nikki, who's a real cat lover. She just recently got a kitten and I know that she'll really appreciate this. This card is by Bonnie Hughes. It's been handmade and I really love handmade cards. I love all the work that goes into them. I'm sending it to my friend Letitia. She's a really beautiful human being, and although we keep in touch on WhatsApp and Facebook and all these kind of things, a card is such a really nice way of staying connected. This card is by Santoro and I'm going to send it to my friend Rachel, who's got a great business called Albus and Flora, which does natural beauty products. I'll leave a link in the description below. But she's a solopreneur and she's juggling a lot of things in her life. And you know, sometimes it's just really nice to get a card through the post, lending support and encouragement. This next card is published by 1973, who are based in Brighton where I live, and I really love their work, so I'm pleased to have them on the project. I'm going to send this card to my friend Zoe, who's a real inspiration to me with the way that she's handled everything that life's had to throw at her, and she loves yoga, so I thought she might like this card. So why is it that sending greeting cards is so special? I asked Dr. Linda Shaw, a neuroscientist, about this, and here's what she had to say.
When you choose a card, you are using a lot of brain. You are thinking about the person that you're buying the card for, you're planning it, you're judging the card, you're making a decision. You then write the card. As you're writing it, you're emotionally connected because you want to say the right words, and of course you've chosen the card because the words are an emotional connection. Even if it's a funny connection or a sarcastic connection, it's still a way of using that emotional part of the brain. And of course when you're writing it, you're using the motor cortex. So there's a huge amount of brain involved when you're choosing, writing and sending a card.
So Thinking of You Week is a great way to reconnect with old friends and loved ones that you haven't been in touch with for a while. I'm using it to connect with new friends that I met on an amazing yoga retreat run by Soul Ethos in Ibiza recently. All the people that I spoke to on the retreat love greeting cards, so I'm sure they'll appreciate getting these. That's it for the greeting card project this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you do get involved with Thinking of You Week. I'd love to hear stories, so please share them down below, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.